Hi, Carl here for ProAV TV, and I'm joined by Philip Bloom, who I'm sure needs no introduction. Welcome to ProAV.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
So, could you explain, first off, why we're here today?
Today, doing a couple of talks about the new Fujinon 18-55mm T2.9 E-mount cine lens, which I've been shooting with since about December. So I did the launch video for them, and I've been using it for myself professionally with my FS7 and FS5, and it's just an absolute joy. And so today was all about showing my experiences with that lens and also talking about the FS7 and FS7 II.
It's a lovely lens, isn't it? I've had mine for sort of a few weeks here in the showroom, and just shooting with it is just so enjoyable. It really is. Yeah,
when you get used to shooting with SLR lenses and SLR zooms and stuff, you kind of put up with the problems of them. The fact that the focus is a nightmare, there's no real range on the focus, and zooming it never keeps the focus. And this is just, it has what I've been missing, and something I've been used to for most of my career was shooting on a proper broadcast lens with the fact that keep the focus all the way through, the parfocal and that sort of stuff, and constant aperture is really nice. And to have effectively a cine lens at this price point is great, because I've always looked at the cine lenses that have been available and just went, two things, I can't afford them, and they're too heavy to pick up.
I mean, that was the big thing that surprised me the most when picking up the lens. I picked one up at a trade show, and it was just so light. It felt like a prototype that wasn't actually, it didn't feel like there was glass inside.
Yeah, I think part of it is it's almost, you want it to be heavier, because the heavier it is, the you feel more value. But the fact is, the fact it's under a kilo is a big deal. It's equivalent of a 24-105. And it has the optical quality of the higher end Fujinons, which cost 20k plus. Doesn't necessarily have the range and doesn't have the servo, but it has the optics and the quality, which is amazing.
And it weighs an awful lot less. I mean, those big ones would weigh like about 4 kilos or something like that, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're really heavy. I did borrow one for a bit and shot with a little bit of it, but I didn't. It's just too heavy for me. I liked my cameras to be nice and portable, and I like my lenses to be able to be. Not have to have a huge amount of support on it. And you don't need to support that lens because it's so light.
I mean, 900 grams. I mean, you don't have to support 900 grams.
Not at all, no. It's just, and the optical quality and the operation, it's the operation which is a joy. I just can't wait for the longer one to come out, which I should
The longer one is a
55-135. And I should be getting a prototype one to shoot with. They're showing me a prototype at NAB,
I've seen that.
and they won't let me actually, or it'll be like a pre-production, which they gave me before, but I think they want me to have a pre-production before I actually shoot anything for them with it. So that will be in May. So, and to better have those two lenses together is going to be wonderful.
Do you think that's just going to be your shooting kit from now on, do you reckon?
Oh, no. I mean,
you've got far too many lenses for just that.
No, it's for sure. It's going to be my main documentary shooting. But when I want to have a shallow depth of field, then I've obviously got my fast primes. And if I want to go really long, I also have things like my Canon long telephotos.
Sure.
But for probably about at least 3/4 of the stuff I shoot.
You think it's going to be as much as 3/4?
Yeah, I think so, because they're just so good. Yeah.
They're just general all-purpose, really.
Yeah, the two lenses give you a really good focal range, and very rarely you're going to need to go past that or wider than that.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.